Hi, I'm Paul Harvey. I'm the editor of M&IT, and I'm here at the meeting show with Zoe Ward, the sales director at ASM Global. Hello, Zoe. Welcome along to
Hi.
TMS TV.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
It's fantastic to have you here. You having a good show so far?
We are. It's fantastic so far. We've got 8 venues exhibiting here today. I've just been round to catch up with them all, and everyone's had a fantastic morning so far.
Brilliant. Yeah, I was going to say, you've got a big presence at the show.
Yeah, so we've got the 8 venues here from London all the way up to Aberdeen. So showing the huge array of venues and locations we have across the UK. And it just goes to show ASM's commitment alongside the business that we're known for in terms of our promoter and live music business, that we're really pushing forward with our fantastic conference and events market now as well.
I was going to say, yeah, no, it's really good to see you kind of like investing and spending time on the meetings market. We love meetings.
We do. Who doesn't love a meeting? Yeah. And, obviously the flexibility of what our venues can offer. I think a lot of people look at our venues and think they're huge, they're arenas, we can only do huge events, but all of our venues have such huge scope for the types of events they can do. Everything from meetings and private dining all the way up to your big exhibitions, conferences, awards, dinners. So it's great to be able to share that with people here today.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually, I was up at Aberdeen, P&J Live, with you a couple of weeks ago. Had the pleasure of seeing Girls Aloud in concert. Fantastic concert.
It was a fantastic throwback for us all. I think we were all enjoying
How is it
the
20
hospitality.
years?
I know. It made us all feel a bit old, didn't it, while we were all dancing away to Cheryl and Nadine. But I think it was great to have you guys up there and to be able to showcase what a fantastic venue we have up in Aberdeen, not just from the hospitality side, but obviously the fantastic C&E spaces that we've got there for people as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're just a hugely kind of versatile, really kind of modern, great venue. And,
well, I'm pleased you thought so.
Yeah, I wanted to chat a little bit as well about, because you've just done a partnership with the British Orthopaedic Association.
We have.
And that's quite a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, a really big deal, which we're really proud of. So Steve Dawn, who's our head of association sales, has been working really closely with the team at BOA. We've identified that with the reach that we have across our portfolio of venues, we can give associations and corporates and range of businesses the opportunity to engage with their audiences across the UK, and we can be that extension of their team to help offer them different solutions across the UK. So it's a fantastic deal. It means we're working with them on their 2026 event in London at the new Olympia events destination.
Yeah.
We're then taking them 2028 to the Sage, Newcastle Gateshead, which is another new venue, which is going to be
exciting.
Fantastic.
I'm up in Newcastle in a couple of weeks' time, and really looking forward to going and seeing where that's at the moment.
Yeah, great. So you'll be able to see where it's all going to happen. Building will be progressing a bit later this summer, and then we'll be good to go there. And then we've also got the BOA in Aberdeen, which we've already mentioned. They'll be there in 2030. So a 3-venue deal across a period of 6 years, and just goes to show, how with our fantastic relationships we have with our clients, we can, as I said, work as that extension to their team and offer them those solutions nationally, but also under ASM's umbrella we have European and international venues, so we can even help people rotate their events globally as well as within the UK.
And it's really nice as well to have a bit of kind of longer term planning, kind of like get those events in the pipeline all the way up to 2030. It's really good to see that coming back.
Absolutely. It's great for us to know that we've got the events booked in, but great for the clients as well, that it gives them that confidence. They've got 3 events locked in. And it also means keeping everything within the ASM Global family. Once we've done the first one in Olympia, we can share that information with our sister venues. So what went well, how did we operate certain things, and kind of take those findings from that event and move it on to the next one and keep that communication within the portfolio.
Yeah, so it kind of builds the relationship and builds kind of like the knowledge within the event and kind of like all the way up through to 2030.
Yeah, absolutely. And although we have the venue teams that will operate and deliver, we have our central sales team. So from the client perspective, they keep that account manager regardless of where they are in terms of venue. So for them, in terms of their communication, relationship, having that one trusted person to go to means that they've got that, like you say, from now up until that final event in 2030.
Absolutely. I just wanted to ask you a bit, Zoe, about just generally any trends you're seeing in the industry at the moment. I know you've got kind of like a varied kind of portfolio of venues, so you're going to see different things over the different kind of areas. But is there anything you can point to and say where things are going for big events?
Yeah, I think, like you say, it is difficult because we have such a huge variety. In terms of lead times, still not really seeing huge trends there. We're getting a lot of last minute lead time stuff. So we've still got inquiries coming in for large and small events up to the end of 24. But I think what we are seeing now, and you touched on it yourself talking about the BOA event, is that longer term planning. I think that has really come back now. I think in recent years, it's maybe been that everything's been on quite a short lead time. And now we're seeing that commitment to tie into those contracts and for people to commit to things on a much, much longer term. I think in terms of locations, we're seeing people maybe move to locations across the country that they've maybe not considered before. And that's great for us because, yes, we have our key cities, but we also have a number of other destinations across the UK. But people are looking at all sorts of things. You know, our travel links are fantastic across the country, and places like Aberdeen are bringing more and more flights back sort of post-COVID to go into those destinations that might not have been used as much in recent years.
Is right next to the airport, so it's just the simplest kind of thing to get there, and you can even walk from the airport to the venue.
We love that airport. I always say that my journey to Aberdeen is probably easier than some of my journeys from where I live in Surrey across London sometimes. So we do love that. And I think there's just more and more opportunity for people. I think people are starting to branch out of, you know, those cities that they've tended to always stay in, and they're happy to explore, you know, where there's some fantastic hotel options now in other destinations. We're very fortunate that our venues are in real city centre locations, so hotel rooms on your doorstep aren't a problem. And we are finding, I think a lot of people in the past would maybe be looking for venues with accommodation on site, which a couple of our venues do have or will have in terms of the ones we're building. But more and more people now are open to looking at venues that don't have accommodation on site, as long as they have that fantastic footfall and infrastructure around them, for accommodation.
Fantastic. All right, Zoe. Well, fascinating to chat, and really exciting ASM Global from the sounds of things.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.